That's good. Did it go? Okay. We are finally here.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Might be a 30-minute special today.
That part.
We are late.
Come on now. Better late than never. Y'all know we here unless we do a post saying we will not be on today.
Hey, let me tell you something. Chef Ron, I had to get up this morning, honey. We was sharing one little throw blanket. I was too cozy.
I was hot last night.
We only shared one throw blanket, so it was like we was on top of the thing. So that's why I think it was.
Child, I was laying at the bottom of the bed on Byron's leg, on his leg, in the middle of his leg. I just couldn't get right. I was like, what is going on? I'm so hot. The fan was on. Child. How are y'all doing this morning? Good morning to y'all. Listen.
Ron said he watched our replay yesterday and loved our show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday's show
was on it, honey.
He said
we be laughing. We be having fun. We have hot topics.
These
be some hot topics.
Now, he said it was a very good discussion we had yesterday outside of the jokes.
Okay.
We actually was on one. We was spot on.
Spot on. Mm-hmm. Come on. Thank you, Chef Ron. Thanks for those comments. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. You know, it's some real stuff we need to talk about. You know, it's like comedians. They say what y'all don't say. Yeah, they really say what we want to say, but we don't. And we laugh because we be suffering in silence and we want to say it, but we can't say it, or we feel like we can't say it, or sometimes it's not nice to say it. But you know what? Somebody, you get my husband or sometimes me, you just got to say it. It is what it is. What you going to do? It is what it is. Come on now. You got to have that person that be like.
All the time your husband, but sometimes you. Oh, there's my spoon. I got
that part right there, honey. So listen, y'all. Topic of the day. Did y'all see that topic of the day? Oh, we going to talk about this. Because I know I got a couple. I'm sure you got a couple.
Give some time. Wonder where Melissa is. We're going to talk about that. She sent me this video the other day. I'm telling you, one day we're going to sit here and play with this StreamYard because I could I could add videos. And
okay.
then do a split screen and show the video and then talk about it.
Okay.
So it's some behind the scenes things that I have to do. Because that right there,
lady,
that right there gonna let you put an app in it and all of that good stuff.
Wow.
So
okay, yeah,
I just gotta use the thing outside of this cute Coffee and Conversations logo that you guys see. I need to use the whole system. Okay. Hello, Author Lynette. How are you, Queen?
Hey, Author Lynette.
What are you up to these days? Listen, the only thing I'm up to right now is get into this deadline. Once the book is completely done on all parts, I will be woosaying, okay?
That part.
Woosaying.
You know, when you got projects going on, you be doing other things, but until it's complete, your mind just be like
representing.
Come on now.
Essence probably won't see this today. Look, they not so much of Facebook people, but you know. The Greensboro. This is her last year. Shout out to my firstborn.
Yeah, she did.
She is 21 and graduate this coming May. Cinco de Mayo to be exact. So
Cinco de Mayo.
She graduates on Cinco de Mayo. So May 5th this year. Put it in your calendar. Graduation party will be on May 6th, the Saturday. So graduation in Greensboro, party in Charlotte. And so it will be
a blast.
A festive occasion.
It's going to be a blast.
We're celebrating our first college graduate on time. Praise God. With no debt. Praise God. Didn't pay school. Them brains paid for school the whole way. So she made sure that her parents didn't have to worry about none of that. So praise God. Shout out to Sabrina Sturgis Huff. Sabrina is married now. What is her last name now? Let's be clear, honey. Miss Love got
no, it's not.
Is it Williams?
No.
You might be close, but I'm gonna correct myself right now.
She gonna find out the last name because I
can
can see it, but
I can see it too.
Yeah. So
yes, how you guys doing?
How are you, Author Lynette? How's
Wilson?
Your
It is Wilson.
It is Wilson.
So Miss Wilson. But yes, she definitely college coach. I told a couple of people to call her and make sure that you are working with her because, honey, she was on top of it. So for us, illiterate, when it comes to knowing all the details, the steps around a campus, she is your guide. And so wisdom is not pretending to know, but humbling yourself to ask those that do know so they can assist you on the journey to your destiny, right?
Come on
so
now.
Be wise enough to take heed when God said everything you have, everything you need, you already have. You have to recognize it in the people around you in order to ask because you've been equipped. So we was equipped and we hired her. It ain't free. You're going to pay for them nails for $200. You're going to pay for them $400 Jordans. And you're going to be paying $1,000, $2,000 a month if you mess around and your kids don't got all of the scholarship information, their information written out, and you will be paying for them to go. So you got kids that are brilliant, smart, and they are the leaders of tomorrow, right? It is your responsibility to connect them with the resources. So you don't have to tap into your resource that you don't have, right? So there's a reservoir of information.
Right? Get that free money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you got too much, it ain't gonna be free, but it's no big deal if you got it, because it ain't what they said. It ain't pimping if you got it.
If they got the smarts for it and it's out there,
they definitely say it ain't pimping if you got it.
Apply.
So, if you can afford it, then you can. If you cannot afford it, then what do? You get resources. Mm-hmm. You look around to find ways to make sure, if you don't have to do the work, then hey, go into your bank account. But if you complaining about going into your bank account,
especially if you're complaining,
then you need to tap in
them student loans, honey. We don't want to do it.
Tap into hiring somebody who knows what they're doing and how to do it.
Expert at it.
So that it can make your experience easier, right? When I want to go somewhere, I go to Chef Ron. Why? Because he knows a million different ways to get there. Okay.
I had to call off them crab legs.
Come on now. So you know, you better know who to call. You better know who to call when you need that thing. You gotta know. You gotta know
who to call.
What did she say? I'm still waiting on my call. TikTok, set your Gucci watch on. Oh God! Okay. TikTok, set your Gucci watch on. You gonna have to just come over and hang out with us, Author Lynette. They ain't listen now. They paying every month. Go figure. That part. Yeah, a lot of people. We tried to tell them, and people are paying monthly. I'm like, ooh. It couldn't be me, but you know what? Because it couldn't be us, we did what we had to do.
What you have to
gotta do what you have to do to not complain. Okay, so you either complaining or maintaining. And if you complaining, that means you saying I can't maintain. And if you maintaining, you ain't complaining because they ain't no need to put it out there because I'm gonna make it do what it do. So we complain
saying I don't need
instead of ask.
You blatantly saying I don't need it.
Right? You complain when you scared.
So why is you complaining? Because you saying you don't need it.
That part, Chef Ron, just filling out FAFSA is golden. When I say every beginning of the year, we got that call like, okay, it's FAFSA time, and there's a Zoom, and we on there, and S is on there, and me and Chef Ron is on there, and we going through the steps, and she and this, and listen.
That gives you money there.
That alone was worth it. Matter of fact, we need to give Sabrina a bonus at the end of this year. We need to give her a bonus, a special gift when she graduates, because, honey, she has made this 4 years a breeze, and we appreciate her for it. So anybody put Sabrina Wilson in this thing, shout out to her. And if you are looking for somebody to love your kids, and it don't matter if they start from, do you know that kindergartners can start getting scholarships that wait for them until they grow up? So they got 5, 6. She's got all that information. Yeah, you can actually apply. Once you get approved for it, it's yours.
It's yours.
And so it just sits there. And so you can start as early as 6 years old, starting to put into your account. You don't have to wait.
Be young, but not even in school. Or you say kindergarten? You say kindergarten? Starting in kindergarten? Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. Yeah. So don't wait till high school.
Say the word. They wouldn't be ready for a visit of the Gracious Show. Listen, that's the word, honey. You tell me when you want to, what you want to add to. We got this. We can get this link. We can send you that link.
We can send you that link. You could join in, honey, and be a face on the screen.
That's right, Chef Ron. Be ahead of the game. That's our responsibility, right? Responsibility. The ability of measurement in which you can respond, right? And so everybody's
proactive, not reactive.
And everybody's ability to respond will be different depending on their qualifications. So if you are qualified, then guess what you do? You respond. If you are not, you may know somebody, right? Because I wasn't qualified to respond when somebody said, oh, my kid is in school. You got any information? No, I wasn't qualified. No, not me. But I knew somebody who was qualified.
And that's what it's about.
And that's what each one teach one is.
Sharing information.
I didn't need no affiliate resource from her. She's doing it. I'm not. Go to her.
Correct.
If I'm doing something that you're not, send them to me. If Kia's doing something that you're not, you send them to her. If somebody needs something cooked for a birthday, graduation, baby shower, you send them to Chef Ron. If it's no competition to your business, then what do? Because when somebody say, oh, that Gucci shirt cute, you send them to Gucci, don't you? I got it from Gucci, right? You send them to them, and you ain't looking for no.
You got it from,
and you ain't looking for no $5 because you sent them to Gucci, honey. You ain't looking for no $10 because you sent them to Walmart for the T-shirt
when you go,
right? But you promoting for people that you don't know, and then you need credit for somebody that you do. That doesn't make sense to me. We're gonna check that behavior too in 2023, right? This is the year of assignment. If you are assigned to it, can nobody take your assignment? Pass it on. If you can't do it, delegate it, but get it done because it ain't about you. It's about the person who is asking. So if somebody is asking and you know where they can go, just send it to them. Nobody even got to mention that just send them. Do your part. And that's how we.
I heard you was the one to come to for
That's it.
I need your help.
I need your help. I heard.
Come on now.
I know. I experienced.
I was sent to you, honey.
So yeah, that's that part. That's all it is.
That part.
But at the end of the day, today we was talking about. Matter of fact, let me message Melissa and see where she is. Well, we were talking about
the topic is
how people are triggered these days.
How are you triggered?
Are we living in a triggered world these days? Yes. And just the other day, Melissa had sent me a thing. She said it was early in the morning. She said 2 days in a row she had went to Starbucks, and I guess people have very difficult orders, and so the server, right? Mm-hmm. The server was didn't get it right or wasn't getting right. And good morning, Melissa. Just when I was starting to tell the story,
good morning,
and the server wasn't getting it right, and just when that was happening, the person was responding very nasty, very just cussing them out and being mean. And then yesterday, I guess she was in line at McDonald's and she heard somebody cussing out the person in front because they forgot her large Coke.
Again? At another place?
At another place.
Oh, no.
So she was saying, I wonder what's going on. And I said, you know what? It's making me think that, the triggers, that people are being triggered in this season because emotionally their capacity is just not what it used to be. I mean, we have been through a lot in the last 2 years. So yeah, that whole thing, you're going to need the short in person in the middle behind y'all Gucci. Just saying the word.
Man, listen.
What the L says, I'm trying not to let my triggers control my emotions, but I just think people are just ignorant.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's for sure.
It's a trigger-happy world we live in these days. I'm just trying to say, people shooting shots all day long. But
at the end of the day, you don't know what, people...
I'm saying you just don't know what people are going through. I make Chef Ron laugh all the time. I said, let me tell you something. When I'm at the grocery store, you see them people that be crossing in front of you and you driving and they just...
Oh, coming out the store.
Yeah, coming out the store. You know what I mean? I don't care if somebody, first of all, I don't know how nobody's day is going. And me and my kids watched the movie. You know, I'm a movie person. What was it called? It was, I don't know if y'all saw that movie that was out, but he was Road Rage, right? Somebody, he literally, the beginning of the movie starts where he walks in. I guess his wife is having an affair. He sets the house on fire.
Okay.
And he leaves.
Okay.
And then he's riding, and there's another lady with her son riding around, and she just having a bad day. Stuff ain't working like it do. Which people do, they carry their emotions with them.
Life, yeah.
And she gets in the car, and she's driving with her son, and then I guess she cuts the guy off. The guy's already having the worst day that you can imagine. And when she cuts the guy off, she's all going back and forth with him, yelling, cussing, fussing, da da da. The son is in the back like, Mom, calm down. Calm down. It's okay. Calm down. Yes. But this guy has already had the worst day of his life. So he's already on another level, right? Emotionally unstable already. So you got two perspectives. You got it from the person that was having a bad day too, not so bad as that person's day, right? And then you got the person who was on their last leg. That's what we in right now. So he had enough. So something as simple as what you do when you cut me, that would be normal. On a normal day, on a normal highway. But when you don't know what happened to the person that got to you before you cut them off, and it's not just, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Like that graceful thing, everybody is, what's up then? What's up then? What's up then? So now you got 5 what's ups.
Quick thing.
And he chased them down that whole day. Killed her best friend. Killed this one. I mean, that was the gist of the movie, but I'm just saying I can see that happening because people are on very short fuses. Now, for the person to react like, oh, my coke is da-da-da, for me, as a soul doctor, right, mentoring the mindset, I know it's not about the coke. Now, the person in the window don't know it's not about the coke, but that's the thing about service. Me and Chef Ron was in a place, and even the server was having a terrible day and had an attitude. And most times you treat the server with an attitude, like you won't get a tip from me, right? Because you didn't think about why they have an attitude. You only worried about how they treating you, not understanding that somebody treated them in a way which allowed them to have that disposition in the first place. People ain't gonna go that deep. So as a thing, when we was in that, the lady was saying, and so we just gave her a $20 tip. Did she deserve a $20 tip by her actions? No. It's just, I see you. People want to know that when he did that to that woman, not right. Something is going on. Her whole energy changed. She said, oh my God, I just was having the worst day. And my kid and my baby. And all of that came out. Because why? Because you were loving and you were giving. So whether I look at the trigger part or the person who is in the service. So and this is in a season, a lot of times people who are in service don't get treated because you don't understand the value. You don't know what it costs. And you thought pandemic would have taught people how people are essential, right? I am essential. She is essential. You are essential. Because not one business, corporation, entity operates without the people. Whether it's your mindset who created a computer system who allows you to get that grace, whether it's a person who created somebody, put somebody in position to add momentum to where you are, no matter what it is, it's all about self. That's why I said it's I choose me world. Treat your neighbors as you treated yourself. So of course, it wasn't in her to be conscious, right? I was lucky enough. Well, I would say lucky enough because it taught me a valuable lesson. When my aunt had a restaurant when I was a teenager, before I relocated. That's the only time I actually worked in a restaurant. I've never actually worked in a restaurant from people I didn't know, but my aunt had a Southern diner and I was a waitress, and that taught me service, right? It taught you, to treat, and there was a good returns because I always had great tips. I paid my rent in one day on my Saturday. So I always got good tips, great tips. Oh, you have great customer service. But service, that's why I told Neve she would be a great, because people, it's service. Yeah, and if you want to do it, do it. And if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And also understand from the opposite, if you are the person with the problem, be mindful of the people that are serving us. Be courteous, be loving, be gentle. Yeah. Treat them like the CEO that you want a job from, right? Yeah. And you'll have a different disposition. And from the service perspective, know that it ain't about you. People just having a bad day. I get into an argument with my husband. It ain't got nothing to do with him. I might have just been having a bad day. Don't take it personal, you know?
Try not to take it personal.
Yeah.
There's something else behind it, and it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
We're all human. We make mistakes.
Yes, we
mess up, right? So, yeah, you cannot take it personal because there's always an underlying thing going on. And you just want to be the solution, not add to the problem. Right?
That part.
Don't fight fire with fire because it's not going to be good.
You're not going to win. They're all going to laugh at you.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Author L says, I know I'm from the DMV. And the DMV is that DC?
Maryland?
Yeah,
DC?
Okay, I'm right. I think so, yeah, DMV. But I'm getting trigger emotional as soon as you say something stupid. You're going to know where I come from because I'm going to read so many ways. I'm telling you, you got to fix that. You need some, you need a session. Don't worry, I'm opening up my soul coaching sessions. I got 30 minutes an hour, honey.
But you know what? It's
people
crazy.
need some one-on-one specifically to your situation, not overall.
And you know what's crazy? You see how she started? I know I'm from the DMV, but you know how people always gotta let you know I'm from Brooklyn. So you be like, it's so like, oh, I'm from Valley. So you already know who you dealing with.
I'm going to read you.
You gotta give that, like, let me just let you know where I'm from first.
It took some time for people to like me when I be like, oh, they pick up my accent when I first get here. They're like,
ain't from
you from New York? And I'm like, yeah. I'm scared to say, listen, but I'm not the person that be like, I'm from New York. People be like, you're not from here. So I guess they pick it up. People who from New York think I sound country, but everybody that's down here pick up, or even the kids laugh, right? Because they mimic me. And I never paid attention to it. So, they'd be like, oh, you want some essence? Be like, say that word, say this way, say that word, say kid. What is the word that they always make me say? I can't even remember.
They do
but
that to me.
It doesn't matter. They be,
do that to me all the time.
And so I laugh because it was like people would ask. Because Asia and Stink, right? They was when they be around grandma, they have a very strong southern drawl. So they'd be like my kids. Why my kids sound like they're from Brooklyn, North Carolina? Because like even Ray Vaughn, all of them. And for a while, it took me a while. I was thinking like, why do they not sound like country? Like they've been down here in the South. Let me not use country because that's offensive. I heard. I thought it, in New York is like country living. So, honey, if you say you country or it's
like a country.
I guess it's as a I guess. See, and that's what I thought. If you, that word is very offensive, honey.
I be offended when people, oh, you from Brooklyn? You from Brooklyn? What up, son? What up, son? And I be like, so turned off. Like, who you talking to? Who you talking to?
Who you sonning?
Like, I don't want to talk like that.
No, listen, that's so funny because I'm telling you. Oh no, I know.
Trigger. That's a trigger for me. Oh, that's a trigger for me. I don't act like it. Did I? Who you talking to?
That's a trigger, right?
That's a trigger.
Listen, I'm working on my triggers at 40 freaking 2. Okay.
We all got triggers though.
Because
What's your trigger? What's a trigger for you? What's a trigger for you?
That's a good question. Let me think. I think I have to narrow it down. I don't even know that before I go on this comment, I don't even know that I'm more triggered as I'm just a person that always responds. I had to work on my response. Like knowing that everything doesn't require a response, right? So I guess anything somebody says, everything that somebody says to me that I disagree with, it would be a trigger if you consider trigger is how you respond. Now, but a trigger, I think, means that you are like maybe hurtful in your response when I think about a trigger. So I don't know. I have to figure out what's a trigger because I just be going back and forth. So I'm not like talking nobody out of their thing and doing all that. I'm just talking like I know I'm right. That's all. and that triggers people because I'm like, okay,
like, you're not.
I know it in my head. I'm right for what what I believe to be. So
right.
It ain't right for you, but from where I'm seeing it, this is right. This is how it's, operated in my head. So,
and that's how most people think, because you're coming from your perspective and your understanding and so it's like, well, this is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, if I'm out and about, I ain't, now Rondell used to, Chef Ryan used to be so mad because back in the day, like if you gave me something I didn't want, I wasn't nasty or sting like, oh, what's this? Take this back. I'd be like, oh, it got onions. I don't need onions. I need to switch it. Rondell's like, you can't switch food. I know that was a rule. When I was a waitress and people needed food switch.
Let them know ahead of time. Oh,
no, I don't know. It come to me and I'd be like, oh no, I don't eat that.
I'll eat onions. Could you?
Can I? I didn't think it was because I wouldn't be like, ew. What you? I wasn't doing it like that. I'd be like, oh no, I want to send that back. I don't eat that.
Never knowing.
And he'd be like, you can't do that. And I'm like, well, I treat people how I want to be treated. So I hope that people take my food back and do it right. Because when I was a waitress and somebody said, no problem. So sorry. I knew what service was. So that's what I'm saying. You got people in areas of service and they don't serve. And that's not their spirit. I think I have more of a spirit of service. So I wasn't offended if you say, oh, this ain't what I want. Can you take it back? But I didn't freaking make it. I just brought it to you. No, what the hell is chef in there doing? I got you. What they did wrong? You understand what I'm saying? I don't take it personal. People take stuff that ain't personal. That's not your problem. That's not your.
People are taking things personal.
That's not even personal. Like, why is you mad? Tell them why you mad.
Why you mad, son? Tell them why you mad.
So even the waiter is like, okay, but like I said, we don't know how their day was going.
Yeah.
So, but Chef Ryan's be like, no, you can't. And I just be like, okay, let me make sure I'm very specific when I'm ordering. No onions, no cucumbers, no.
Right, you got to ask questions.
But I had to learn that because he'd be like, nope, we can't. You know what I mean? So, I had to learn
that. All you got to do is ask.
I was not cussing and being rude to nobody and nothing like that. I wasn't stink. Melissa says, listen, this lady at McDonald's yesterday was way past having a bad day. You would have thought that the drive-thru lady murdered someone with the way she was getting cussed out. It bothered me how this woman degraded the worker and called her every name in the book because of the Coke. The level of respect was non-existent from one human to another. I feel like she could have gotten her Coke easier by talking to the manager and being kind about it. That poor woman was shaking so bad by the time, I'm assuming, the message stopped. So by the time you got to the poor woman was shaking.
Oh, man. Seeing the effects of the other person, how you affected the other person. And then these people committing suicide these days, honey.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
You don't know.
Their reaction is going to be, oh, gosh, she cursed the lady out that bad? Like, dang, over a Coke? Come on now. What is going on?
It sounds like ain't nobody been getting nothing right in that lady life this whole time. Listen, I could soul coach anything.
What happened that morning she left the house? What, the kids ain't got on her nerve? Nobody could find their clothes.
It sounds like, but most times when people are at that lane, it's their final
piled up.
Enough
piled
is enough.
Up and piled on until they come bust.
Yep. Come on.
Pressure
I mean, we see it in all kind of ways. We see it in police
pipes.
brutality. We see it in how people treat each other. People are emotionally out of control. Period. Emotional health is healing, right? And so a lot of people don't deal with their emotional health, and your emotions dictate your behaviors, right? And this is what I'm saying. Clearly, she was emotionally destroyed because her behavior treated the Coke like it was the end of the world, right? So often enough, we deal with the tree and not the root. We have no idea what the root is.
Come on.
We have no idea why she was so thin. But the thing is, we would say, why would Twitch's life that looks so perfect, why would he take his own life? We would say that because it looks like it's not a big deal. But if you're not inside of the person who has been going through and you're responding, that is you. That's a clear indicator that something is going wrong on the inside, right? Like somebody needed to grab that woman who was going crazy over the coke because that is the
she
person
needed a hug,
that needed the help. Now, the lady who got cussed out, yeah, she was shaking, she was all that. She needed to know, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with you. That's people's attitude. But if you working at a fast food thing, you know that you know people got problems. I see people throwing drinks. You already know there's crazy people in the world. Videos. Like, we already know that people are people, right? People are crazy out here.
Off they rockers. They off they rockers.
Okay. Because, like, okay, prime example, and it's also how we respond, right? If somebody's yelling, what the F is wrong with this coke you get? It's like, excuse me, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened. We're going to fix this. Please, just relax. I hope you're having a nice day. The question is, how is the conversation going?
Who the heck you talking to?
That's what you going with?
Who the hell you talking to?
And that's how fights start. That part. That's it.
Girl, let me get from this. Who she talking to? See, it depends on how you catch me in the day.
That is why
we either gonna go or I'm gonna be like ma'am,
that.
I'm so sorry. You know what? You did say a Sprite. I'm sorry. That was my bad. I totally take it, girl. Okay, curse me out. You done? You finished? Come on now.
Listen, that's how Chick-fil-A.
You done? You done?
That's what Chick-fil-A gonna say. I don't know what kind of training they go through, but they go through mental health training. I promise you, Chick-fil-A workers go through mental health training. They got a curriculum and a system that gets them, because I don't care how rude nobody is, they is just like, yes, it's like so they polite. Are not.
They are so polite.
They are not shaking, nor are they torn. They are ready for y'all. They come ready. They know people got attitudes. They know they 5 minutes. They almost late from lunch. Everything is going wrong when you got to go through a fast food line. Trust. But a Coke, it's the Coke in the morning for me though. Wasn't that in the morning? That's already addictive personality. Because why she was missing a large Coke.
She needed that.
And I could have sworn that was a very hot early morning order. So,
and Coke, it wasn't a Pepsi. Oh, Coke is more stronger.
And I heard Coke was Coke back in the day. I heard Coke
was Coke for no reason.
Yeah, I heard Coke was Coke. So somebody strung out. But anyway,
she needed her Coke.
Anyway, but
wait. Was she getting a Coke, or they gave her a Coke by accident?
No, she said.
They called her every name.
I think they left the Coke out. I think that she ordered a Coke and they didn't give her a Coke, something like that. That a Coke wasn't in the bag. That they gave
her Coke. Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
They gave her something else.
It don't even matter,
honey. It's saying
the world. Don't play around, honey. You better say sorry. And again, I say.
And the lady probably was saying sorry, but she wasn't accepting it. She was just going off.
Yeah. That's why I said that, and which is why I started this topic of when I'm walking across the street. I don't even know if I finished saying it. At Harris Teeter or Walmart. I don't care what parking lot I'm in. I do not assume that the person who is riding
gonna stop and let me go.
To give me the right of way. And even when I stop to give eye contact and they say, I take one step and make sure it's not a bad day and ain't nobody gonna put their foot on the metal and go. So it's cautious, right? It's being, because I don't take anybody's day for granted. I don't know what you've been through. There are mass murders, mass shootings. You think I'm more concerned that you yelling at me about a Coke? Clearly you off your freaking rockers. So I need to calm you down, because that type of person is the type of person that go into the school. That's the type of person that go shoot up the hospital. Those are the type of people who are emotionally off their rockers. And for you, it's like, oh, you got an attitude, but it ain't no need for me to match your energy, because I'm probably not having to work the same day you're having. It doesn't make sense. So a lot of people lose their life because people are emotionally not equipped in 2023. We have been on a constant decline on how we communicate, our humanity level, our tolerance, our everything is off the rockers, because we realize that life is short and tomorrow is not promised. And life is hard. People are broke. People are struggling. Bills are going up. Pay ain't going up. Food is going up. Everything got people panties in a bunch. So it's like, man, it's a scary place to live in, especially if you taking it personal. So the fact that the woman was shaking, I'm sorry that she was shaking, but they gotta realize that there's a lot of people out here. They just need to watch some videos that are really out of their mind, and you can't let them bring you down, boy. You cannot let them bring you down. Because I mean, that's a window. If you acting that crazy, I close that window and I go get the manager. You need to deal with this person.
Everybody needs therapy.
But don't let them
Everybody
get you so
needs to say what they
rattled.
feel instead of holding stuff in so much, because that piles up and you have an outburst on the wrong person at the wrong time. And the person that you're really mad at, you probably should have, there ain't no problem. You should have said something and dealt with it.
Yeah.
Because now the poor lady done having to deal with it.
Having to deal with it.
Let the person who's supposed to be dealing with it deal with it.
That's right.
That part.
She said it.
Come on now.
Don't save it for an innocent bystander trying to serve you.
And who are you
Give
hurting?
it to
yourself?
who you giving it to.
Because you holding it in, don't want to hurt their feelings when you the one feeling all kind of ways.
Yeah.
Who you loving around here? You or them?
Yeah.
What we say on Valentine's Day, love yourself first.
Loving yourself.
You ain't loving yourself first when you ain't being honest and saying what you need to say when somebody hurt you or says something you don't like.
Yep.
They said what they said, so now you just holding it and knowing you want to say something, but you ain't gonna say something.
And taking it out to the person that's trying to help you.
Let's talk about it.
That's that part. So
let's talk about it.
Definitely got to do that work, because at the end of the day, the work is yours. The work is yours. I hate it though. Light my trigger palette and watch my accent come out. I'm either going to talk real fast or I'm going to talk real slow. All you're going to have to do is run.
Girl, we the same.
Arthur Lynette, y'all got to do, listen.
Arthur Lynette,
listen. I'm 55 now. What you not going to do is, see, at this age, we can't. You got to save that for them young folk. We got to teach people, listen, and I'm saying it because I'm learning. But it's a conscious decision that we have to really take.
It is.
Because it's not worth it, right? It's not worth it. It's how you treat people is how you'll be blessed. Because let's say somebody is having a bad day and they cuss at you and they yell at you, right? Mm-hmm. And so that person is triggered and they're looking for a reason they respond. But what if they're having a bad day and you say, oh man, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. How can I better serve you? There's nothing like conviction. If you hit me with a fire, I'm ready. Didn't I just tell y'all yesterday
everything
that when I tap into my femininity with Chef Ron, I win every single time. Now it's remembering to be feminine.
Love, come with.
And he did tell me I had it wrong yesterday. We are X and Y.
Who, we? The woman?
Yeah, that's what
the chromosomes. We X and Y's, and the men is what?
No. Did he say they are X and X and we are X and Y? What did you say, Chef Ron?
What is it?
Because I was trying to correct my yesterday.
But yeah, I'm telling you, because I do that. That's why I was saying stroking a man's ego. Like, it was just, if my husband is so, I'm like, babe, you know what? My bad. I'm so sorry. Or if I said something, I call him the next day or at work and be like, baby, I was thinking, and you know what? I am so sorry.
I was right. No, it says most males have XY chromosomes and most women have XX chromosomes.
Okay, so the man has the X and the Y.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. We had two of the same letter.
Okay.
But there are girls and women who have XY chromosomes. There are girls and women who have both.
Well, man.
This can happen, for example, when a girl has androgen insensitivity syndrome. And there are boys and men who have XX chromosomes. See? Ooh. That might be a new topic. Because they said most males, come on now, have XY chromosomes. And most women, because I thought that was like growing up, that we had two of the same and they had one and one. That's what made female and man different.
Okay.
But there are girls and women who have X and Y chromosomes. This can happen, for example, so it's not the norm. When a girl has, I think they say androgen. Androgen, I don't know, it's ANGROGEN. So I'm saying androgen because an android is said like that. So I would say androgen. It's a insensitivity syndrome.
Insensitive.
Ooh.
That's that man part.
So they said when a girl has androgen insensitivity syndrome, when they missing the sensitivity one part, which is why they say men are logical. They don't have the sensitivity part, and you can tell a lot of times, right?
The woman is the woman.
And there are boys and men who have XX chromosomes. So their R is not normal, but in some cases, actually, boys and men have the two what are in women. So that might be another topic for another day.
Yeah. But yeah.
Big ninjas thinking they tough because they 6'2".
Honey, somebody gonna chop your butt down.
But no, that's not our job though. See, that's the thing. We got to get out of the mindset of bringing people down. You know what you got to do? When God said turn the other cheek, I figured it out.
What is it?
If I go up
Come with love.
No, let me show you.
What is it?
If I'm walking towards you, and God says turn the other cheek, that means what I'm doing.
Turning my
ass around. I'm getting out of here. Turn the other cheek. This means
leave. Don't
when my
even
cheek turns, I
give it attention. Don't give it attention.
That's all it means. To turn the other cheek is to take yourself out of a situation you don't want to be in.
Don't even.
Why sit in it? Why let it consume you? Why let it get you mad, get riled up for things that you can't change?
Left the window.
Ooh, no, I ain't talking about. No, I'm talking about. No, I'm not talking about how they should have dealt with it. I already said that. She should have left and got a manager
just left the window.
If she couldn't, instead of getting all razzled and feeling, ain't no job worth that.
You had me shaking.
Yeah, you shaking and you scared to that point. I'm not dealing with you.
When I got mad too.
Get the manager.
I used to shake when
Chef Ron shake when he get mad too, huh?
Oh, for real?
About to bite somebody.
Yeah.
Calling my wife Queen instead of Miss Paulin.
Oh, you mean when you get mad?
He said that's his trigger. Calling my wife Queen instead of Miss Paulin. He a dumbass. I'm 5'2". Try me.
We are trying to turn the other cheek.
We are trying to be the bigger people here.
We're trying to be the solution and not
the
add to the problem.
There's enough trigger happy people in the world today. We got to do better with how we show up for people.
We trying to help this situation.
She said, I don't like chess, so don't make me a pawn in your feelings. I am not the feelings police. You bring it, you will get it. No matter what the age, I'm still at work in progress. See,
y'all want to smoke. Other than that, I ain't fooling with you. Because you listen, okay? I'm a work in progress just so you can know. Don't bring the smoke.
You better be doing a lot of work while you progressing, honey. Because I'm telling you, you will arrive. If you don't do the work before you arrive, somebody gonna take your shit. Remember that. You gotta work on yourself before you get there. Excuse my French, but somebody will take your stuff if you are not in the right condition when you receive the things that you are asking for.
Oh, Lord Jesus, help me.
We said, y'all, why, man, XY legs open. I don't even know what he talking about. No. She a hoe. What? The person with,
woo, what happened? What?
He must be talking about them X and Y's.
Oh, okay.
And she got both.
Okay.
I'm done with him.
Oh, Lord.
Who knows? You know how we be talking and be late on comments. I don't know what that went to.
Honey, women is uniquely made. Okay. Just know that.
Okay, so say if you do all of that, I'm so sorry you feel that is that way. How can I help you? Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. How can I help you? And still cuss you out and call you every name but the son of a Sam's, Mary, Margaret, Madeline, Luke, John, Joseph, Epidesa, Job, John Baptist. Then what? I'm just saying. That's why I just showed you. Oh, I guess I didn't read that yet, but God put in my spirit to walk and showed you how you turn the other cheek. You learn to walk away. You learn to not let people rob you of your peace. See, God said that the thing that we want, we want peace.
It ain't worth it.
Peace of mind, not the PIECE, the PEACE.
Piece of steel.
You know,
we don't want that one.
We don't want you to get you a peace.
No,
we want you to find your peace. And that just means being able to walk away from things that don't deserve your energy.
Don't give it your energy because it ain't worth it.
That part.
The bigger person is like,
now,
tune them out, honey.
There are certain times where it requires you because you can't walk away. And in those occasions,
you don't got triggered.
You got to do what you got to do.
You just gotta know when
if it's threatening, right? You don't want to turn your back to somebody who's threatening you, right? You don't want to get punched in the back of your head. You don't want to get, All I'm saying is
coming. I need to see
all
it
I'm
coming.
saying is, Lee.
I don't need no surprise.
I think a lot of times, even when I watch those combative videos and all that stuff, when a person leaves like, man, I wasn't even coming like that. What's wrong? It does diffuse.
It does.
I'm just saying, human nature. We men and women are not animals.
Argue with. You can't argue with somebody arguing back. So yeah, like if Byron is saying something to me and I go upstairs and he be down here talking
and it sizzles out.
And he stop talking because I ain't down here going back and forth.
Period.
You need somebody to go back and forth. You want to be crazy by your damn self. Okay?
Right. Because if you feed the fire, it's gonna burn. Remember that. If you feed the fire, it's gonna burn. And the more it burns, what happens?
The hungry is gonna get.
You lose the whole daggone garden when that tree and that fire start burning. So I'm saying, is it worth losing your whole garden? Ask yourself that.
You're gonna lose more than you gain.
One tree on fire in your forest can bring your whole forest down. So the question is, are you trying to light the tree in your forest? You trying to destroy what you created?
Out, or you trying to let it just
or you want to walk away because it ain't worth that part of your day. If you ain't lifting me, then I ain't bringing my energy there. And that's something that we have to work on, because it is easy for us to be like, what? But who cares? You a big bad person. At the end of the day, those triggers put us in positions
Control your trigger. Control your trigger.
Because most of the arguments we having is with each other. And at the end of the argument, I be like, damn, why did I even say that?
Because you was triggered.
Why didn't I? Right, that's the point.
You was triggered.
Because I'm shooting.
You was triggered.
You gotta do that
back.
work. Gotta check yourself.
Back. We gonna clap back. You was triggered, girl.
But then you be mad at yourself because you allow somebody to control you.
That part.
At the end of the day, if it's not what you wanted to do, you've been controlled. You have been mastered. God said you shall be your own master.
Especially if you mad at yourself, because that's not what you wanted to do. So you was under control.
So when you triggered me, I lost control and you own me. You might as well be my puppet master now. See what I'm saying? So you lose when you allow somebody to shift you out of your day. If you was having a good day and they was having a bad day and they brought their bad day to your good day and then you had a bad day, who won that fight? They won that fight because they was already having a bad day. You was having a good day and you allowed their bad day to interrupt your good day, and guess who won? They won. Your good day could have won if you said, you know what? I'm having a great day. I'm not going to do this with you. I'm so sorry that's how it came about. And keep it up. Or just shut the hell up. But you give them the power to dictate your day when you give them the power to control your emotional state. That's all I'm saying.
But you be trying to be quiet and conserve who you are. And then it's like you just can't take it no more. Then it's like, now you controlled me. I was under control. I had me under control, but now it's like you kept,
and they kept on going like this.
You poking, and it's like, I can't take it no more.
And guess what? God is up there saying, "Ooh, we found her limit. We found his limit."
And now you mad at yourself because you had yourself under control. But then it just got too much, and you.
But then you got too emotional, and you took it too personal. Because then you heard what they said to you last year. And you heard what he said to you last month.
Because your emotions,
that part.
your head, your inside is talking to you like, if you gonna let, girl, all right? Say
who they think they talking to?
I'm trying to be nice. You having this emotional, internal conversation with yourself. And that is the worst. And when the other one wins, it's over. And then you go back to converting to being yourself like, okay, you know what? This ain't working. So let me just stay under control.
Now we got Facebook user, which means this is probably in the Survivor the Soulvivor group page. I wonder if that's you, T.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, it says, in the sex, if the baby can change, if the mother is exposed to certain hormones during pregnancy, like testosterone from like medication or a cream. And the sex of the baby can change. Wow.
When a mother gets pregnant, you mean?
Yeah, that's what she's saying. If the sex and the sex of the baby can change if the mother is exposed to certain hormones during pregnancy, like testosterone from like a medication or a cream.
Oh, you mean if a boy ain't gotta have a little wee wee from conception, it would not have a wee wee? Or the girl would have more testosterone.
Remember we were talking about how some women are born that normally is XX, but in occasions is XY. Normally is XY in men, but in occasions is X in the man, and occasionally is XY in the woman. That's what I mean. And so she was saying that in some occasions, depending on the medication and stuff like that, turns the chromosome, but it didn't turn the sex, right? Because they saying it's still born as a girl, but just the chromosomes in the girl is not average. So we wasn't saying that, because it was saying most women have XX, but some women have XY. So when that child is born, most men have XY. It probably had something to do with the carrier.
Makes sense.
And the medication and the stuff that it was on, which caused them to do that. My wife, my queen, she's only got one kingdom over here, just saying.
Come on now.
Come on.
Every wife only got one kingdom.
They part.
Should have one kingdom.
Let's hope now. Let's hope now.
If they're a wife. Let's hope they only have.
That's his trigger, huh? Can't get his wife.
Sharon,
Piece of steel. I'm done with Arthur Lynette right now. I'm glad I didn't send you no damn because we would be falling on the floor with herself. Oh my God. Piece of steel always gets the attention, calm, the savage beast. Wish a mofo would say one more word.
Say one more word.
I mean,
we're
pinky at. As me and Chef Juan says, right? It is the great equalizer. But yeah, it would calm people down. Don't it calm people down.
But you don't want to have to bring up. That's what's wrong.
No, that's what I was saying. I think she's going with the fact that, like I said, if you're trying to have a sensible conversation with a sensible person, but if they're too threatening and you're too little, you may have to use your thing. Because listen,
we don't ever want to.
I'm saved, highly favored, love God, but I too have a piece of steel. Okay,
honey.
I too am not. I realize the world that I live in, so you have to be safe. You have to be careful. You have to know that you are still woman, man, and people take advantage of any and everything if you let them. So took our whole little class so we could hide our pieces. My piece of steel has changed my attitude in so many ways, but you will learn today, not now. I'm the one. No, I'm not the one. I'm still working on getting the last word in. Yeah. I think that might be a woman trait,
Yeah, I have learned.
We are female.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, she said, yes, the girl will become a boy.
Oh, the girl. Yeah, not that a boy.
Or the boy can become a girl.
Would it go back in? The little part.
Mm-hmm.
The boy part.
Well, and that's why I said that's another
topic. So the girl with the girl. Because the girl is the girl with the X and the Y. So the girl will become a boy.
Mm-hmm.
That little piece will start protruding out. Got you. Okay, thank you, Facebook user.
Listen, if that's Tammy, girl, I'm going to call you later to get some more details because that's a good topic.
Change stuff, honey.
Because then it would make a difference in, girls halfway or boys halfway feeling like they identify with another sex. Then.
Come on now, that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole nother topic.
I've always felt
I didn't realize that's how I Googled that.
And it's because
interesting.
Come on.
That's why judge not unless you or the boy can become a girl.
Okay. All right.
So at the end of the day,
I mean, but with all this stuff and the chemical stuff and these things, chemical imbalances.
Chemical imbalances.
Yeah,
huh?
Absolutely.
We're going to find a good read for today. I'm going to pop open this book.
Yeah. This has been a great conversation. Triggers, honey. Mental illness, emotional unstableness. Therapy. Need somebody to get all of this stuff inside out.
Oh, let me put my thing in. Ways you can connect to the healing app, okay?
Come on, put that link up there.
No, but you know what? I'm about to add my, I was supposed to have been doing my soul doctor calls. started,
Oh, okay.
but then I had to take a break. So I'm gonna add it back to my site. Hold on. It's not added now, so you want to think
where they could schedule calls.
where they could schedule the calls. Those used to be good calls.
Oh, of course,
life-changing calls.
That's like
it's like microwavable healing, like I said.
You know how people go to the what's the person at the window? Father, I need to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
The Catholic Church, when they go to the window and talk to the person on the other side.
Oh yeah. But it's not like no confessions though.
But it's like
it's just me.
Somebody needing to talk, get
mentoring your mindset.
Off their chest, they going crazy, honey. Because when you get to that point,
just taking you from survivor to survivor. Because most times, like we all have gotten through something, we are actually the evidence of getting over. But it's the mindset. When God says to renew your mind daily, it doesn't matter if the flesh wins, if the mind doesn't go with it, right? And so it's like it's still not coming together. So if two touch and agree, it is so. That means the flesh must agree with the mind that you are victorious. If you are still feeling like a victim after the body has processed, that means it's just the internal of your mindset and doing a spring cleaning on how you see the situation. And so many times we find we're in the valley, but we don't understand the value. And the value of the valley is because it's the only way up, right? And so it qualifies you for the trip up the mountain. And you get to the top of the mountain and you disregard that it was required the way you went. And so you're so stuck, even though you're in a promise and you're living a life of going through, mentally you're still stuck in insanity, right? Yesterday. So that's why it's our pledge to embrace who I am today, love who I was yesterday, and inspire who I will become tomorrow. It is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. All three of them must come together so you can spiritually erect, right? And so a lot of times we have very slumped spiritual dispositions, and so our soul is at a as it we're bowing down in the soul when you were meant to have an erect soul, right? Confident, right? And so allowing yourself to see your experiences as the pain turned into power, right? That it was qualified, that it was necessary, that it is the reason why, right? Why when heaven yelled. Impact. I'm the pact. I'm the agreement heaven had with earth. That means it required that you went through certain things in order to arrive at said place. Now, the condition that you're in is because of what you went through. And so until you do the work mentally, guess what? You're going to stay there. And so you are victorious only in the flesh. But the only thing that matters is the mindset, because the mindset is what qualifies you to create a new plan, because vision is all in your mind. And when I create, is because I had a vision that I made a reality. And so the people who have sight can experience what it is that I saw behind my eyes. And so if behind my eyes is still broken, weakened, torn, even though I'm victorious, then I never become the soul survivor in order to implement the lessons and turn them into my blessings. So that's what the Soul Doctrine Call is all about, or the refill station, or subscriptions and prescriptions, is really about healing your mindset. When you heal your mindset, you heal your whole world. I cannot stress enough. It is so true. It is the only thing that limits your belief system here. So get what the F is your mustard seed, and it'll be a nice little step on the journey. But refill stations where you come once a week and get that, and that's a group session where I talk directly into the giver, because many of us are givers. And so we pour out and we give, and then we be depleted and we react emotionally because we feel depleted. Well, where are you going to fill back up? I have a refill station for you. So just as you fill up your car and you fill up your gas and you fill up your cups and you fill up your plates,
that battery and
everything else, you have to fill you up. You have to fill you up. So that's it, y'all. That's what we do. And I love that I do it.
You are the chosen one to do it.
Wait, what did Arthur L say? Is that why I feel my female got full beards, sideburns, and
I guess so.
Period.
I guess so.
Because, honey,
I guess so.
I got to wax. I got full sideburns. I got to wax my mustache, honey. It is, yeah.
And I got a
that's that bloodline. Oh, what's up, Marge? I ain't heard from you in forever. Salute, P. Salute to you. Sideburns, that part. You see these sideburns? I got them too.
I can't. The jewel little twist. Jew twist.
The Jewish twist, huh? The Jewish curl. See, I came from, Crown Heights, honey. They had the Jewish curl.
It naturally curls up. It ain't playing with you.
Honey. If you ain't shaving, you're going to be a mess. Okay, so look. We're over. Ooh, that must have got banged up. We're going to read something quick. We're going to get a word, and we're going to be out of y'all hands.
So y'all can enjoy y'all day.
And this is the word for the day. Purpose. Did we do purpose before? Or is it just in that thing?
I don't know. I think
it's I feel like that's in there. So let me do this. Acceptance. Okay. So it was already in the slide. So we're gonna do acceptance today, y'all. Acceptance. The Father gives me the people who are mine. Every one of them will come to me, and I will always accept them. John 6:37. The Lord does not see as man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Samuel. If God is for us, who? Y'all know that line. Who can be against us? Romans 8:31. Before he made the world, God chose us to be his very own through what Christ would do for us. He decided then to make us holy in his eyes without a single fault. We who stand before him converted with his love. Ephesians 1:4. Covered. Sorry, I said converted. Covered. We, without a single fault, we who stand before him covered with his love. My bad. Life. Like the perfect Father you are, you accept me as I am. You have decided that I am worthy through your Son. All are worthy who choose to believe. All are welcome. As this acceptance is in your heart, let it be in mine for myself and for the children you have placed in my care. How does God's acceptance of you help you be more accepting of others? So I think that's going perfectly with our conversation today about the emotional. If you can accept that, somebody's just having a bad day, it allows you to not take their emotions personal, their behavior personal. As long as they ain't putting their hands on you, people can get a little bit outraged. It's like a kid. It's like adults are having temper tantrums. Okay? Because they cannot find their words to express how they are feeling right now. And that's all it is. There's a bunch of adults having temper tantrums. So if you know that the same God that resides in you resides in them, you understand that it is bigger than you, right? And it has nothing to do with you. And so, maybe we could spend the day saying hello, smiling, and giving that softer side to represent God's love, right? Because love grows everything. So even if they coming at you like this, if you come to them like this, you'll humble even the hardest rock, right? Even the hardest person is humble when love gets in the room, because love is patient. And so, like Melissa said, that lady stood there and she was a little shaken, but clearly she was patient because she followed through. She didn't bring nobody else to take it, and it worked out, right? And so, it's hard, but we gotta do what we gotta do to be the example and not complain about the problem.
Accept that.
It
has nothing to do with you, so don't take it personal.
Take it process, right? Don't take it personal. Take it process, you guys. Okay. No. What is you guys I am for the day? I don't know what this is. Wow. Get it, girl. Don't want
girl. Get it, girl. Ready?
Yeah. I am the X Factor, and I am talented.
Come on now.
X Factor. Come on now. You the X Factor.
I'm the X Factor.
You the X with the Y.
I got that X, y'all. We talking about them chromosomes, them X's and Y's. I am the X Factor. Okay?
Factor in that X. So X Factor, a variable in a given situation that can have the most significant impact on the outcome. A noteworthy special talent or quality. And then this one says, where did I put it? I am talented.
I am the X Factor.
I don't know what happened
what happened to?
Either way, we know it said I am talented.
I am talented.
Keena scrumpled that talent all up in the circle.
I did.
Don't worry about it. We know what the word says. I am talented. It's in there.
Okay.
And so talented, of course, is, remember, these are the definitions. Talented specifically is having a natural aptitude or skill for something, furnished with talents, possessing skill or talent, mentally gifted, okay? So I think we have concluded such another powerful show. We need to work on our triggers. We got to remember that we are talented and we are the X factor. And so being the X factor means you make the difference. When you solve for X, you are figuring out what is the value of what it is that you bring. So it goes back to responsibility, the ability of measurement in which you can respond. And so X factor is solving for X. That means working out the problem to see what your actual value is so that you can add to set equation, right? And so when I come into the equation, because I have already solved for X, I know where I go and what my value is, how to add towards you. And I am talented, me, God said that all of us have been gifted. Because the reason why I know is because he said your gifts shall make room for you. And so if you haven't found a room, you probably haven't tapped into your gifts. So find your gift, get in relationship with yourself, because you realize you are the X factor. And when you find that talent, right, which is your gift, you'll be able to implement it in such a way so that you would trigger people in the positive ways instead of the negative ways, right? And so understanding your talent and realizing that it's necessary for you to show up is the difference. You are the difference. You are the difference. So those are great. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Beverly.
Beautiful ladies. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. So
you,
those are our things. We got a good read. Our read for the day is acceptance. Accept yourself in order to be accepted, right? It starts with you. Because when I'm okay with me, when you're not okay with me, I'm still okay with me. A lot of people feel insecure. They feel bad because they worried about how people feel about them. How you feel about you? When you look in that mirror, you loving on you. Can you look yourself in the eye? And if you can't, do the work to make yourself look in your eye. Because nobody can change you but you. So, that's it?
That is it.
Anything to say?
We gonna flip them switches.
Flip them switches. It is a relay race, and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right. And what God got right is you. And so remember that you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. The ability in which the measurement you are able to respond. Break them words down, y'all. It's
now.
Just that simple. Look at that vocabulary word and break it apart.
You know she gonna.
That's a compound word. Uncompound it and make it make sense.
Break these words down and make them make sense.
Don't worry. I'm doing a healing dictionary.
Oh, I can't wait for that because y'all know she break these words down.
I have so many in it. I'm like, I'm gonna turn this into a healing dictionary. So yeah, another one. But anyway,
it won't be. Gonna keep coming.
It won't be this year.
You are anointed for the job, honey.
It'll be next year after I'm done with this. What the F is your mustard seed mission for
that y'all need to
2023.
Click that link and get
it in y'all thing.
Pre-order book.
But we out of here though.
So we shall see y'all. Remember, wake up and make today count.
That part. So
okay? You are the X factor.
And you have talent. So use it. And don't abuse it.
We shall see y'all in the morning.
Absolutely. You have been tuned in to
for Friday.
It is already Friday tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Friday.
Hot topics.
And
I'm definitely going to be talking about LeBron.
Hot topics.
And him making a record. I can't believe I didn't start this weekend. LeBron is my guy. But we're going to talk about that on Hot Topics tomorrow, too.
Okay.
But anyway, love you guys. You've been tuning in to Coffee and Conversations. Don't forget to wake up and make today count. Bye-bye, y'all.